Good afternoon, Venice, Northport, Englewood, and surrounding Sarasota County areas. This is Francesco Abbruzzino bringing you the latest news for today, the 19th of December. It is Thursday, and we only have one more day left in the week, and then we're off to basically a Christmas week next week, which is a good thing. So let's go ahead and get started with your local news. Okay, first let's get going with our sponsor today. It is Yard Corps, lawn care in Venice, Florida, and he's offering 1 month free when you get a 12-month agreement with him. You can email him at info@yardcorps.com or call him at 941-445-3027. He runs an aquatic company too, so if you can't call there, you may get an aquatic. Just leave a voicemail and they'll get back to you. We're thinking about doing an interview with him and see what separates his services from others, and he may be our first business spotlight, if you will, that we conduct. So that's a Yard Corps, and they're at yardcorps.com, as you can see right up there. Check them out. They are our sponsor for today's show. All right, first, I went ahead and I started this new thing. I called it Angels Charity. It's basically the Venice Angels giving back to the community. It's not a charity. If it evolves, then I can make it a nonprofit, even though I don't know how to do that, so I'll probably seek some help from someone. Basically, what we're doing is we notice a lot of families are in problems in Venice, which is unfortunate. B, we noticed that when we put out a call that a ton of people were giving stuff, probably more than this one particular family needs. So we thought, okay, let's do this. Why not put it in storage? Well, let me back up. We started getting all these items, and we started getting additional calls from individuals. Now, I know this one issue with these three young ladies is accurate, and I know this because a friend of mine, who is very trustworthy, noticed her kids were wearing the same outfit, noticed a bunch of different indicators. So she pursued it, and talked and found out from the mother, yeah, we're having a hard time. Her mom didn't come to us. Nobody asked for money, nothing. It was all my friend catching something, observing something, and then asking me if I could help. But I said, sure. And she said, well, let me talk to the mom first and see what's going on. The kids are sleeping on the floor, no beds, only one outfit. It's just a bad situation. So we're giving a bunch of stuff to them. Now, whatever we have left over, we're going to throw in storage. And I was telling my wife, I go, you got a lot of duplicate stuff here. You got a lot of families that are contacting you. Why don't we just put in storage? So what I decided to do is the money from all these sponsorships like Yard Corps and anybody else that sponsors a newscast, I'll go out and we'll use that to get it going. We'll rent the storage space and do everything we can and start things going. People need help. They can just contact us through this Venice Angels giving back to the community, and we'll do what we can to give it back to you. Again, it's not a non-profit, so you can't write it off. It's just a Facebook thing where we're trying to give back. Like I said, if it evolves and we see a need to make it a non-profit, we'll do that, which generally brings in more money because people can use it as a write-off. All right. Let's go into Venice news. First, we have the famous dump truck. Basically, the guy had the bed up. He hit the bridge, the Ponce de Leon bridge, and it hit it so hard the bed went flying off. The guy drove down the road further, and then he got out and he walked up to 7-Eleven. They found him there getting a soda. It looks like he was arrested, and they will seek some kind of action against the individual. I could play the video, but we basically know what happened yesterday, and I put out a ton of communications on it. And there's the individual right there. Bonnie Ramsing, leaving the scene of a crash. So he left the scene of the crash, made some major backup. Now, the story's not done there. According to WWSB and the Transportation Department and some others, they need to work on the Ponce de Leon overpass a little bit more. So I-75 south of River Road down to Sumter will be closed, which is going to cause a major headache. So most of you local people will know to stay away from 75 because you can't go down there after 7 o'clock. Hopefully most of you guys are leaving work early and you're not going to be on 41 or River Road back then, taking the 41 way down to Sumter to catch it south, because it's going to be a nightmare like yesterday after 7 o'clock. So that's the news there. Make sure you you get out of work early and beat that mad rush. And then tomorrow going in early, I don't know. It's closed till 7, but I guess if you're heading north, you're fine. But if you're going south, you're in trouble. All right, the grades came out, A's and B's and all that good stuff for the schools. Basically here, I looked at the high schools. I didn't look at the elementaries. Our elementaries are basically pretty good. Lemon Bay remains an A school. They're a top-notch school. They're one of the top performers academically. Venice remained a B 2 years in a row. Northport dropped from an A to a B, so they took a little bit of a dip there. You can get them all if you go to this page, which I posted last night on the Venice Scoop and the Northport Scoop and the Englewood Scoop. And you go there and there's this little search button. You click it, and this data will come up, and you just input the school and all that good information, and you can find it out. So that's a good database to go to and something to check on. This is baseball for the disabled and other good deeds. This is Richard Carroll. And basically, this is the guy that runs the Venice Challenger project. As you know, we're in the news a lot earlier in the year. They wanted to take some space over by Pine Brook and make it into a Challenger baseball fields for the handicapped, for the disabled. They got a lot of resistance from the people living in the subdivision there. Basically, they said, "Oh, we want to save the trees. This is crazy. You can't do that." The funny thing is they tore down a ton of trees to put their subdivision there. It's that old philosophy, not in my backyard. First of all, I think if there are other options, we should look at them. They said there were other options. I didn't really investigate them. If there are other options, great. Let's look at them, see what it's all about. If there aren't any other options, well, you want these kids to get out there and feel good about themselves and be able to do this stuff. I love how the Venice High School team and several other kids out here will go out and take on the Challenger in a baseball game. I think that stuff's awesome. But back to Rich, besides doing that and spending a lot of time on that, he does a lot for the community. He just received the Pillar of the Year, and this basically just talks about how all the good he does in the community. And that was an article put out by Del White of the Herald. All right, this next photo is of I don't know if a lot of you guys know this, Yoga with Elaine. If you Google Yoga with Elaine Ellen on Venice Beach, you'll find her webpage, and you can go on there, and she breaks down all of her free yoga. I think it's almost like every morning and every night. There might be some time off in there. It used to be free. I think earlier this year or last year, the county came in and said, "Wait, whoa, you're getting tips?" People are putting a buck in there because she had a tip jar. And they decided they were going to start treating her as a business and charging her usage. And I forget how much that comes to, a few hundred a year. But she has a bunch of people that go to her morning sessions, and they donated 500 pairs of children's socks. That's about, in addition, $285 that are going out to the local schools and kids that need them. So that's good things happening with that whole yoga crew out there. Okay, we have a couple other pieces of news out of Venice. One is, as most of you should know, we have a farmers market on the island at Centennial Park. It happens from 8 to 1, I believe, and they do the farmers market type things. Well, they're going to have the VA Center out there, which serves veterans and families, providing a continuum of quality care that adds to the value of veterans and families out there, and it's going to be their outreach program, and you can go out and talk to them. I should get out there and ask them, whatever happened to my vet organizational card and stuff and health? I never heard back from them 3 years ago. So they're going to be out there at the fest, so that's something you may want to check out. Festival at the farmers market. A call that Nicole Cusimano put out is that her daughter's in the band, and the band's looking for some new sponsors. They need to cover some costs for uniforms and other things. She put out down in her email where you can email her if you're interested in being a sponsor. So check that out. That's on the Venice Scoop page if you are interested. One last email that I just loaded on there is from the mayor, and I'm not sure what took him so long on this, because this decision was made over a month ago, for the sheriff to cut that, basically come in and say, hey, I'm shutting down the South County Annex. He's pretty stern. There was no wavering there, and it was going to be done. Well, jump forward to today, and finally the mayor asked the city manager, hey, shouldn't we consider adjusting the budget for the increased cost to the VPD? Because what happens now is when the VPD gets a criminal, they used to just throw them in the South Annex jail. Now they have to drive them all the way up to the county in Sarasota. You know, if you ever go on those arrest reports, there's a few a day, 3, 4, I don't even know the amount, that are arrested in the city limits and then go to the county, which we would just drop them at the annex. Not anymore. So we got to pay for the hour or two it takes to drive and process up there. You know, gas, wear and tear on the car, pay the officer, and all that good stuff. So they're just getting around to adjusting it. Hopefully this won't mean that our millage rate is increasing even more to cover that cost. So we'll see what happens there. And that's it for Venice. Now let's hop over to the Englewood news. Okay, the big news out of Englewood comes from Shelby Webb. And it's about an Englewood entertainer that faces theft charges. Yes, that's right. He's accused of stealing nearly $10,000 worth of jewelry to cover he stole $10,000 worth of gold jewelry, Oxycontin pills, and guns from a Charlotte home. His name is Timothy Boye Davis. He's 52, and he belongs to the Boye and Becca singing group. And he stole the group, tried to loot it off at the pawn shop in Englewood, and was busted. This was back, I think on the 15th or something like that. So that's the big news happening over in Englewood. Now let's hop over to Northport. These are just some pictures that were taken out of Northport. I thought I had them all up here. Let's hop back one. The Northport Sun took these photos of the ceremony for the sports program. Sorry, I can't get it, folks, but that's just one. There we go. Okay. They have all these people, varsity athletes, and just the different award winners that were at the ceremony yesterday. And, you know, some nice little pictures up there, so I thought I'd put that up there. Next is this one. This is on the Lamorks Elementary, something that I brought to everyone's attention through Chuck Hammer when he put out the video. Basically, the air quality test, and I go over this all the time, came back on the last consultant with 2 negative out of 3 testings of the drywall. The school knew that multiple staff and students were getting sick. They have a testimony from staff saying they would leave and do a substitute at one school, come back and immediately get sick with their eyes burning and everything. That's indicative of the 2 gases that tested positive, which the school board never admitted to. So they got a new meeting. They said all parents need to attend. It's on January 7th at 6:30, and that's up at the landings at the school board building. And hopefully it'll go well for them. You know, what sort of sucks about this is sort of like the city. You get 5 minutes. You're lucky, 3 to 5 minutes. You sit up there, giving your spill, your thoughts, and you're sitting down at a lower level. They're up above you, which is to give them, you know, hey, we're the all powerful. You get your 3 to 5 minutes of glory. They take 40, 50, 5 days, 10 days, and decide what they want to do. It's not really that fair. But best of luck to that crew down there in Northport, trying to ensure that their kids are given better air quality, and along with the staff down there. It's terrible what's happening. All right, that's it for the news. So let's hop over to the weather today. All right, let's hop over to the weather. You know what? Is it me, or is my computer just not cooperating with me today? All right, here we go. Today it's high 76. It's beautiful. I got all my doors open again. You go outside in the sun, it may feel a little bit hot, but inside this house, it's awesome. I got a bunch of shady trees out front. Tomorrow it's supposed to be 79 and sunny. Saturday, first day of winter, it's supposed to be the hottest record-breaking day, 85 and sunny. Sunday, 84 and sunny. Monday, 82 with rain as the cold front comes in. Then Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be in the mid-70s with rain, so it'll feel a lot like Christmas. That's your forecast for the rest of the week. So I know right now it feels like summer. Hopefully it'll start feeling a little bit more like Christmas right when we get on Christmas Day. That's it for the weather. Let's hop over to the sports. Lemon Bay, they're still looking for their assistant coach. Anybody interested in assisting in a baseball coach should contact Coach Casey at 474-7702. Over here at the soccer roundup, Venice over Manatee 4-2 in soccer play on Wednesday night. Venice is now 9-2, and they take on their 8-1 host tonight at 7 o'clock in a district game, and that's going to be Sarasota. So good luck to the Venice soccer team, who seems to be having a pretty good year this year. And let's see, that's it for sports. This is another event, Literacy Celebration. Bob Zellner, he wrote this book, The Wrong Side of the Murder Creek. If you want tickets, I got 2 of them. I can get even more. My daughter's part of the Literacy Council, and they're trying really to push the sell of the tickets to get more people involved in the literature aspect of it. And I think that's a good thing. I think it's great that they're doing that. It's about this white Southern in the freedom movement. Bob Zellner, I've heard his name before. He'll be there to autograph copies of the book. So if you're interested, give me a call. I got tickets. I got plenty of tickets. All right. And the next event it's still going on. It starts tonight, the Christmas Carol. If you're not feeling in the Christmas mood due to the lack of cold weather, because even though it's beautiful out, it's not really Christmassy out, especially if you're from up north like I am. So if you want to get more in the mood, go check out this Christmas Carol, and that'll probably do it for you, folks. Okay, that's basically the end of this presentation. Remember, if you can, and you're interested in sponsoring, and you'd like to put your business up there, to give me a call or an email. It's not that, it works out actually pretty good for the companies. You get your basically your website or your Facebook page pinned up there at the top of just about all my Facebook pages for 24 hours. I mention you during the newscast, and we try to go out and promote the sale of whatever you're pushing out there, your product. How it works good for me is that I get sponsorship money to try to do some other things that I want to do. Unfortunately, I'm putting those things on, well, fortunately and unfortunately, I'm putting those things on hold so that I can help out a lot of these individuals that are in major need right now. That seems to be a higher priority than me screwing around with a little hobby. So, remember to go out and visit Yard Corps, today's sponsor, at 941-445-3027. They're offering a free month of lawn care if you go out there. What's great about these guys is they're all American citizens. They're all drug tested. They all speak good English. They're fully licensed, insured, and that's a good thing. They might cost a little bit more because they're not using immigrants, but you're going to get a better quality. So, yardcorps.com. Check them out. All right, that's it. That's today's show, newscast. For Francesco Abbruzzino and the Venice Scoop, ciao tutti.